G'day guys, and welcome to our next episode. As we told you before, we're on our way to COBBOLD Gorge, and we've just heading south. We've just arrived at Mareeba, and have we found something special or what? Talk about tickle my fancy. We're actually at the Mareeba drive-in, and as you can see, cars are rolling in like they used to. Panel vans are backing in like they used to years ago, so God knows what's going to happen in the back of that. But anyway, you can see it also accommodates caravans, camper vans, and goodness knows what. So I mean, talk about unique. Absolutely fantastic. And it takes me back to when I was 15 years old, and my first job was working in the snack bar making hamburgers, chips and choc top ice creams. So for me, this is a total blast from the past, and we're just going to have a ripper time, I'm sure of it. Well, enough of that reminiscing, Doug. People are here to see COBBOLD Gorge. Get on with it. Well, as promised in our last episode, we're heading for COBBOLD Gorge in Queensland, and it's located approximately 300 kilometres due west of Townsville, to give you some rough ballpark. I believe it's a stunning location, as I've been told everywhere I go. We'll soon find out, but we've left Georgetown this morning, and you're not long out of Georgetown and you hit gravel road. So once you get to Forsyth, as you've seen, we've let our tyres down, and we're in for some, probably around about 30 to 40k of some pretty corrugated road, so I'm told. So let's see what happens. And all of a sudden, as you can see on the camera, we're in for roadworks here, so it could be an interesting 30 odd K. Well, so far so good. We've done about 15 Ks of this 30 odd K dirt road, and as I said to you before, we were told they're pretty bad corrugations, but I would actually call them mild. But having said that, the next 15 K could change. So I suppose I shouldn't get too cocky about it, but so far so good. Helipad there on the right. And here we are. Where do we go, left or right? Left? You reckon we go left? Okay.
Your destination is on the right.
That's what you call a pool. Well, we'll show you that one later. Wow. So what's the first thing on your mind, and everyone else's for that matter, when it's 40 degrees? Of course it's the pool. Not to mention the swim up bar, yet another very popular feature. Beautiful, absolutely magnificent. Wow, I'm going nowhere. Good morning everyone, today's the day. We're heading off to the gorge today via the bus trip. You can't go any other way but via bus, so there's no way you can drive in. But this is the day I've been waiting for numerous years. As I said, this place has escaped me quite a few times, but today is the day, so we can't wait. The bus will be here soon and we'll be off straight down to the gorge.
So this is referred to as alluvial gold. Thousands of miners flooded to our region because of the excessive gold rush. Now for the rest of the year it flows subsurface, so it might not look at the moment, but the Robertson River is in fact flowing.
After a brief induction of all the do's and don'ts and safety precautions, it's off we go on the first leg of the gorge tour. The walk, which is approximately 2 kilometres, takes about an hour and a half to complete. depending on how many questions you ask the tour guide as we go. Basically, the walk is a loop from here up through the escarpment and along the ridges, across the gorge and back down to this point where the boat journey will commence.
Unfortunately, cause that's there. But they did have a pretty clever fishing technique with the vine there. So hopefully we see a favourite dessert there, an ice cream, if I got the right answer there that I was looking for. We're looking at this tree here, a native broadleaf cherry tree. All the other trees around there doing all that hard work, soaking up all that water and rich mineral in the soil there. A native broadleaf cherry tree comes along, attaches its roots to those, gets a bit of a lazy ride there.
Our tour guide Reese was an incredible wealth of knowledge. His many interpretations of the geology, flora and fauna were of utmost interest. There it is, without a doubt one of the most popular inclusions of the gorge, the glass bridge. But before we cross the bridge, Reese makes sure that everyone is wearing protective shoe covers to ensure the longevity of the glass.
Once the concrete pillars were dry, the next thing's to go down. The terrain, too hard for them to traverse. Those gorges and fractures, well, they also sneak up on you too.
After sucking up those breathtaking views, it's only a short walk down the hill to the end of the loop, where the boat journey commences.
So we'll keep coming up. I'm going to hold the boat back and turn around on my left-hand side. Use the water for drinking water, water for their horse and cattle. Double check, because I know I wouldn't be. Yeah, nah, I'm good. And that second name is E.J. Houlihan, 1960. So E.J. Houlihan, he was a station hand for our Clarks and the Terrys back in the day.
The making of Cobbold Gorge all began a few years back. In fact, it was 1,700 million years ago, and it's Queensland's youngest gorge. Although it remained hidden for centuries, even with the indigenous inhabitants, it wasn't until 1992 when property owner Simon Terry made the discovery on his family's cattle property. The gorge is also home to the freshwater crocodiles, but don't panic, they're virtually harmless to humans.
That water level, the depth, does vary quite dramatically. 9 metres deep below the glass bridge. From the glass bridge downstream, so where we took off this morning, anywhere between 3 to 5 metres.
Famous for its 30-metre sheer cliff walls and emerald-coloured water, the gorge maintains a fairly constant level all year round. At some spots the gorge narrows to only just a fraction wider than the boat, hence making navigation a tad tricky. The grandeur and spectacle of this amazing phenomena is something to behold. The stunning views speak for themselves, so please sit back and enjoy the moment. Thanks, mate. Thank you. Well, folks, what did you reckon about that? Just has to be one of the best things I think I've ever done. And you know, as you travel Australia, the most popular question everyone's got when they know that you're travelling full time is, what's your favourite spot? Well, it is pretty impossible to say, but I must say that this is up there with the best of them that I've ever seen. And make sure you come and see it, Cobbold Gorge, it's just fantastic. The whole village here is just brilliantly run. It's just a fantastic setup. So we'll see you soon in the pool. Everything about the operation of Cobbold is first class. Poolside dining, first class meals and friendly service, but you'd have to say the swim-up bar wins first prize. And Anna couldn't help herself without having a coldie just before our chopper flight. Times like this when you wish you weren't the cameraman.
Great black. Have you got the hard solo? Yeah.
So when you're visiting Cobbold, there's one more must-do. Yep, a chopper flight. It's a whole different experience. There's a few flight options, but we chose the 15-minute flight, which takes in 80 square kilometres and highlights the gorge and the striking parallel fractures in the Hampstead sandstone caused by the movement along the Robinson fault line. The Robinson River must be one hell of a spectacle in the wet when the river flows. It's not until you get up here that you can actually understand how this gorge could have gone undiscovered for so long. As you can see, the crack that forms the gorge looks so similar to all the other cracks. Finally, there are no real words that truly describe this amazing natural wonder of the Gulf Savannah. Well, after 5 days of 40-degree heat, our stay at Cobbold Gorge has finally come to an end. And what a stunning place. We sure won't forget it. So where are we going next? Well, your guess is as good as mine, but I can say we're heading for the coast and southbound for the summer period. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode as much as we've enjoyed making it for you. And if so, make sure you click on the like, subscribe and notification buttons and join us on this incredible Aussie journey. See you soon somewhere when you least expect it. Cheers, guys.